Remember what I told you? The things I've done to make this money. After all of that, starting back at zero, that ain't gonna happen.
You need to know exactly who we dealing with.
What happened to burning all this down to the ground?
You don't want to do this.
Wrong answer.
FX's Snowfall, the final season.
Oh, yeah, what's going on, fam? It's your man, VACAY-J, and yes, I am super excited to cover this show right here, Season 6 of Snowfall, one of my favorite TV shows on TV. So let's recap Episode 1 of Season 6. I honestly feel like this was like a pre-season finale already off top. So we're going to get into it. We're going to break it down. Again, if you found me for the first time, definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we're going to break it down.
VACAY-JAYTV!
So hopefully you've hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, so you can get more recaps and more exclusive coming your way. It starts off with a gentleman, he's walking and he's coming from work, and we see, little pics of the police pulling people over. We see Ronald Reagan. We also see Nancy Reagan, which, her campaign, crack is whack. Yeah, I remember that if y'all from the 80s. And this man looks to be like a bus driver of some sorts, and he sees this young lady just sitting on the porch saying that her daddy never came home. So he picks her up, and they go down to where he works. And who do we see? We see Uncle Jerome and Louie, and we see a whole bunch of cops. It looks like a murder scene, fam. Where we at? We are at the club where Franklin stole all the money and all the stuff, and we see bodies on the ground. Oh, man. So she walks over, and they don't see her, and she's looking for her daddy. And, of course, Uncle Jerome and Aunt Louie, they talking to the cops like, yeah, ain't nothing going on. She looks to see a bracelet that she made for her daddy, and, yeah, she recognized that's her daddy. So sad, super sad. She just starts crying. Now we see Franklin and Veronique. And yes, they're talking about everything as far as retrieving the money. And they're talking about really getting everything back on track. And yeah, Franklin is hell-bent on making sure that he gets everything back that was taken from him. And Veronique is going to be there to help him. Yeah, it looks like she's down for right now. Now we see a depressed Teddy. Yeah, his girl was taken. Yeah, he's missing his baby girl, Parisha, that's her name, right? And yeah, he is making phone calls and trying to find out what's going on with her. He's searching for her because she has been missing since the last season. Now, we got Oso's girl, and Oso comes back to the house. And she's like, where have you been? What's going on? The kids are happy to see him. She's like, who wants to go bowling? He's really not trying to talk. But she was so concerned, and he doesn't want to really answer her questions because you already know the house was bugged. Now we are seeing the aftermath of Big Bank Frank robbing his family, right? Robbing Uncle Jerome and Aunt Louie. And he's like, yeah, how much did he take? About $3 million, give or take, and also the products as well. She's like, yeah, I'm going to talk to the boy. She's like, boy? So now we see Franklin, boy, he don't trust nobody, right? After Peaches, robbed him and everything else like that. And we still don't know if Peaches really robbed him. He has a new stash house, and he's not showing anybody but Veronique. So he's like, listen, I found out that, we could possibly get the money back and put this money up in this bank in Miami. I'm going to need your help. And she's like, I don't know about all of this. You need to go ahead and talk to Jerome and Aunt Louie. And he's just like, nah, we ain't doing none of that. I just need you. I need your help. Can you just follow my lead? Can you follow what's going on? And she's looking around or whatever. And she's really not down for it. She really wants peace. She opens the door, and we see all the products that he got. They got everything from Uncle Jerome and Aunt Louie, almost damn near everything, except for the warehouse, right? So he's like, yo, can I count on you, or should I take a different direction? She's like, take a different direction. So, Big Bang Frank, he's up against the wall right now. Now we see a scene with him talking to a dude, and he's hell-bent on finding Peaches and finding more about Teddy, because he wants that $72 million back. So this is the guy that has been, doing research for him, finding out what's going on. He's like, yo, man, I'm going to need you to find out this and find out more on Teddy because I want Teddy. You know what I'm saying? So he's talking about giving $250,000 to whoever finds him and 5% of whatever's left of the millions that he got. So he's like, yeah, that'll definitely get it going because, people need some money out there. So here we go with Black Diamond in Dallas. They show up late. He's upset about it. He's like, yeah, I need to hire some full-time workers. So they about to do some things, get into it. And yeah, man, it's about to get crazy. So here we go with Teddy. And Teddy, again, is retracing his steps. He's trying to remember or trying to see exactly where she is. And he's trying to remember exactly what happened. He still can't find her. He has no clue. We have no clue where she is, right? Like somebody just popped up missing, right? He goes to the car and then he goes back into the mansion where he was before. He walks up in there because that's Ari's place, right? That's Ari's place. And we see probably either the son or the relatives of Ari. And they're sitting there. They're upset. Of course, Teddy's like, yo, my condolences, And he's pretty upset with Teddy because it seems like Teddy is the one that they're figuring is the reason why Avi's gone, right? They don't trust the government either. So, he's like, listen, man, just get up out of here. We don't want you here. And Teddy proceeds to say, hey, listen, the same person that did this to Avi is the person that actually took somebody special to me. So he says, come in close. He's like, I don't give a damn. He's like, F you, Teddy. Get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are not feeling Teddy. They are just mourning Avi. Rest in peace, Avi. So now we got Oso and his girl. They're at the bowling alley, and he's like, hey, listen, there's a lot going on. And, I can't really tell you too much, but, we got to get up out of here. And he really is trying to calm her down without telling her anything. But, yeah, we're going to find out real soon what happened to Oso. Now, here's the deal. Aunt Louie, Uncle Jerome are figuring out exactly how much was taken. And they're saying because of all of these, shootouts or whatever, they can't even get to their stash. They can't get to anything. So Jerome tries to call up Franklin. Franklin is ignoring his pages, okay? And he's waiting by the phone like, yo, he better pick up. He better call me back. Now, here we go with Ruben, the Cuban national, and Sissy. He's like, things are getting hot right now, and it's time to meet up with Franklin. Like, we don't have nothing else. It's time for us to meet up with Franklin because we got to get to Teddy as soon as possible. If we don't, guess what? Teddy's going to get away, and we can't have that. If you're really trying to get at Teddy and really trying to lock it in and get at him, we got to do this right now. So he's trying to convince her of meeting up with Franklin. Of course, she's kind of leery about that, and then she asks about Avi. He doesn't want to tell her about what happened to Avi. We already know. Now, we got Leon. He's flipping switches with this dude. It's obvious that he's trying to sell him this car. Here comes Franklin and the girls. He's like, yo, what's up, Lee? Oh, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And Leon, he seemed to be a jerk, man. He's like, yeah, it seems like everything busted like your girls, like your bodyguards, right? And Dallas is about to take the strap out on him. He's like, yo, go wait and buy the car. So they get to talking, and he's like, yeah, man, I'm not out of the game. Leon, Leon's out of the game, but I'm not out of the game. I know that you probably copping from my uncle. He's giving you 12 a key. I can give it to you for 10. Same stuff. He's like, what? Of course, they go to Einstein's like, yo, is the math mathing? Einstein's like, yep, the math is mathing. It's about $250,000 that they're actually saving instead of paying 12 a key, right? So, of course, Leon is like, yo. And Leon is like, hey, you know what, though? Let me talk to Unc out of respect. He's like, yeah, you go ahead and do that. He's like, I'm not trying to get in between y'all family feud right now, okay? So now here comes Teddy, and Oso is back in their spot. Of course, Teddy's like, yo, what happened to you, B? What happened? Yeah, I was with the family. Your boy Teddy, man, his heart is broken. He's on some like, yo, where's my girl at? Like he is so messed up right now. So here we go. Your boy Franklin and the girls go to the hospital to talk to Kane. They talk to his boy, and he's like, yo, You know, he's in a hard place right now. He took a turn, and Franklin's trying to do business and let him know, listen, the best way to get at Aunt Louie and Uncle Jerome is to mess up their business. So whenever you're ready to talk, and whenever Kane's going to get better because he's a soldier, let me know, right? So Franklin, he ain't playing. You know, he's really hell-bent on really trying to take out Uncle Jerome and Aunt Louie. So we see Teddy is meeting up with Aunt Louie. And she's like, you know, he's like, what's going on? He's like, nah, I'm just here to re-up. What's going on? He's like, listen, you either tell me what's happening, because he already knows, right? Teddy already knows. Either tell me what's happening or we're not going to do business no more. So she go ahead and she confessed like, yo, Franklin robbed us, yo. In retaliation of his money being stolen, he took all our money and our stuff, so we got to re-up and we need stuff on consignment. And she's like, I guess we ain't going to have family dinners together, right? So that's what it is. Like, Teddy knows, they both know, like, Franklin is not playing. He's coming for all of them. So here we go. Franklin, yeah, they're talking. And again, he needs her help. He really needs her help. She is pregnant. We see the baby bump. He's like, remember when I told you, you know, we're going to start all over, but starting at ground zero is not happening. We've seen the trailer, right? Of course, she just wants peace, right? She just wants peace, but she's not understanding that this is a war going on between the family right now. He got robbed. Aunt Louie wasn't trying to help out. And then he had to do what he had to do. He's like, yo, I'm not going to start at ground zero. We're going to be straight. So now here we go with Leon talking to Uncle Jerome. And he's like, yo, Franklin's giving us a better price. And I just wanted to talk to you out of respect. He's like, yo, you know Franklin stole our stuff. It's our stuff. And Leon's like, yo, I got to do what I got to do, man. I'm not trying to get it between y'all. If you give me a better price, then cool. But if you can't give me a better price, then I got to roll with him. He's like, yo, they coming by tonight to pick up, you know, some stuff and drop off some stuff. So here we go with Teddy. Teddy's talking to his CIA guy, and he's trying to find where Parissa is, and he's letting them know there's major problems going on, letting them know that the asset is coming for him. Here comes Oso. He's walking in the door, and then the CIA guy leaves. Oso's like, yo, we good? Like, what's going on? He's like, yeah, we good. Your boy's like, man, I just can't believe that Franklin and them, they're going back and forth. Like, this is all your fault, bro. This is all Teddy's fault, stealing Franklin's money. And now he got both of them going back and forth, Aunt Louie and Franklin. And he apologizes to Oso about not coming to the hospital when he got shot. So here we go. Veronique comes out of the limo. Your boy Franklin is there. She's about to go to Miami, and she is dressed to the T with her little pregnant self. She's looking kind of fine, though. You know what I'm saying? Straightening out her little dress. She got the long hair popping. She got the wig right. He's like, Franklin is mad surprised. I'm surprised, too. He's like, yo, who is this? And she's like, I'm the girl that's taking your money down to Miami. You know what I'm saying? This is the look. This is how I got to look. So, yeah, she looking real fine. You know what I mean? So he's real surprised, like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, you know, I love you. And she's like, yeah, I know you do. So it's a whole different person, you know. She's a whole different person when she handling business. You know, she got to play the role. So, yeah, she's like, yeah, I know you love me. You know what I mean? Like, the whole attitude has changed. She was switching her little booty. And she going to get on that private jet to go down to Miami to bring that money and put it into, you know, a private bank, right? So he's like, yo, who is that? Here we go with crackhead, junkie, Buckley, and he's talking to Aunt Louie and Uncle Jerome and saying, yo, you're next on the list. They're coming after you. Jerome was like, don't we pay you to keep them off our back? He's like, yeah, but I'm not part of, you know, the police anymore. And they're like, yo, you still got friends, right? Like, tell your friends, you know, we gonna hit them off and, you know, stay off the crack, man. Stay off the stuff. So Franklin finally calls Jerome back. He's like, yo, I've been paging you all day. And he's like, yo, listen, man, I've been kind of busy, man. He's like, yo, you know, it is what it is, what y'all need. He's like, you know what we need. You know what it is. He's like, yeah, you know, you better give back the stuff. He's like, listen, man, I told y'all, you know, your wife went behind my back, stole the connect, you know, and all of that. And I went to her for help and she ain't help. He's like, oh, you gonna blame that on us? He's like, yo, listen, I ain't giving it back. You know what it is. And of course, they hang up the phone. Now, she's like, listen, I want to tell you something. When I went to talk to him, he pulled the strap out on me. If it wasn't for Buckley, I probably would have been dead. Of course, yeah, now What is she doing? She's throwing more fuel onto the fire. So now look at your boy Jerome. He is enraged, and now he's going to go after Franklin. Here we go with the drop off and the pickup. And they like, yo, if you just let us know where the stash house is, then we can make this easier. He's like, yo, the stuff is in the trunk. Unfortunately, they couldn't find babysitters. So, the kids are in the back seat of the car while they doing what they got to do as far as popping, dropping off. So Franklin goes over kind of to distract them and talk with them, right? Like, hey, you know what's going on? I'm Franklin. She's like, oh, you the person that my mom always complains about? He's like, yeah, probably. So he gives him his candy. And Franklin's like, oh, that's good, right? So, they handling the business while he's distracting the kids. So again, he's like, yo, you going to take him to the drop? And she's like, listen, we don't got no babysitters. We're going to give them an etch-a-sketch. They're going to do what they got to do. Man, like, seriously, going to involve the kids. So here we go. Your boy, Teddy, finds Parissa in jail. It's like, yo, how does she get there, right? Oso walks into a hotel room. And who is that? Yeah, we see that's the guy from last season. Looks like Oso is working with the DEA. So yeah, he goes to him and he's like, yo, man, you can't just walk up here, man. You got to let us know ahead of time. He's like, listen, I told Teddy that, I was at the hospital, and I need you guys to, make, whatever report in the hospital. He's like, yo, that's kind of hard, but we'll do what we got to do. Don't worry about it. We're going to be straight. So, it's obvious Oso is scared because, Teddy does his research to find out if Oso's telling the truth, if anybody's telling the truth. And if anybody can find out, yeah, it's definitely Teddy. So here we go. We got Franklin and we got Sissy. And she's like, yo, you good? Like, it's time to meet up with the KGB guy, man. And he's like, I don't know. And she's like, you still want to burn this thing down? Like, come on. Like, you still believe the government, believes in you and wants to save you. And, and he's like, just listening to her. And we see one of the greatest performances by Sissy right here, right? And he's listening and she's like, yo, no question, it's time to take these cats down. It's like, the reason why Teddy spared my life is because he didn't think I was a threat. I was all alone after he took out Alton. And you know what? I want to make sure Teddy knows that I'm taking him down and the government. She's like, F the government, F Teddy. And I'm going to let him know that it was me that took him down. So she's like, are you down with me, Saint, or what? Right? So she does one of her greatest performances. He's like, all right, let's meet up with the KGB. Let's do it. I'm with you. Let's go. And she is super upset, but she did a wonderful performance. Shout out to you for doing what you did. Now, here we go. We got the girls and they dropping off and picking up, right? So they dropping off the keys, picking up the dough. And yeah, Leon and all of them are out there. Leon's making jokes, man. Leon, he a crazy dude. He walks up on Black Diamond. He's like, yo, what is it like messing with a big chick? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, yo, just go F your mom and you'll know, right? So they, ooh. So Black Diamond got a little mouth. Leon, he a smart ass or whatever. So they get in the car. Dallas is talking about, yo, he's fine and all this and that. Who they talking about? They talking about Franklin, and Dallas is talking about doing Franklin and everything else like that. And where are the kids, though? Where are the kids? I don't even see the kids in the back seat. But here we go. The cops pull them over. Like, get out the car, get out the car. So now they finally get out the car. Buckley comes around. He's like, yo, you're not a cop no more. They like, yo, open the trunk. So they open the trunk, and Buckley takes all the money. He's like, yo, stay right here, right? Takes all the money out. They knew what was going on. Who walks out like the big bad wolf out the car? It's Jerome. And he rolls up on Dallas like, hey, where's my stuff at? Where Franklin, where's the stash house? And they're like, yo, we don't know. He's like, yo, he stole money from me and I want it all back. I want it all back. And she's like, I really don't know. So he proceeds to, bam, knock her down on the ground. And man, that's a no-no, right? You know what I'm saying? Leave the women and kids alone. He's like, yo, where's it at? And she's like, I don't know. So he continues to like knock her down and hit her in the face. I mean, man, Jerome, come on, man. And of course, Dallas is like, yo, leave her alone. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. We don't know where it's at. He's like, I'm telling you right now, if you don't tell me where it's at, I'm telling you right now. So she's like, please, we don't know where it's at. Jerome is hell-bent on really getting everything back. Man, she's like, come on, man. She's a mother, man. Stop beating on her like that. So Jerome was like, listen, tell Franklin I did this right here. All right, let him know if I don't get nothing back, I'm going to keep coming back for y'all. So, of course, Dallas goes over to Diamond, trying to tend to her, man. He really beat her down bad. It's like, yo, why y'all standing there? Go call 911, right? You know, up in the hood, it's going to take a long time. Look at Dallas, man. Poor Dallas, he beat her down bad. Oh, my God. The big bad wolf is here. Uncle Jerome is not playing, and he's coming for Franklin and the whole squad. So that's the recap of episode 1 of season 6. You guys let me know, what did you think about this first episode? Man, I thought it was real intense, fam. You know how we do, fam. Listen, if you're finding me for the first time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let's keep this thing going, fam. I appreciate you all for watching. You already know I'm about to cover episode 2, so look out for that, and look out for what's next for the season, right? I got that second trailer for the season. Check that out too. Family, you already know. I appreciate you all for watching, and until next time, salute.